Hi everyone, it's Brian. It's October 2nd. Time for your daily vitamin. It's always tough to kind of think about things to come to the daily vitamin with that would benefit everyone. And, you kind of look back into the past daily vitamins and you really want to kind of, add your own kind of flair on it, and you want to think about, what's going to help others to be successful. And one of the things I wanted to kind of touch on today was actually adding a little bit about what I do that kind of is a take on what Yvette Omens had posted about, making this business a business of connections. Making this a business of, reaching out before we kind of, ask for shows and ask for sales, making it a business of connections. But the one thing that I've recently discovered with my team is part of being a leader is to really listening and listening well. And you hear sometimes people are struggling and they feel they're failing, when in reality it's not that they're failing. They may be struggling, but there's a distinct difference between those two words. And part of our job is to help them understand that although they may be struggling, they're not necessarily failing. So we have to kind of help them and guide them through giving them some different resources to work on, to get some additional information, to get some additional leads, and possibly reach out to, new customers. And this time of the year, it's very interesting. You see a lot of stuff being posted on Facebook, social media, all those other avenues about the new catalogs and who wants the catalogs and, who wants them to mail them a new catalog. And then you see things about the different ways of reaching out to, the bingo idea was thrown out there. The pancake bottle idea was thrown out there. And now I'm sure the help of cancel whipped cream maker, that's going to be thrown out there. But in reality, yes, social media is wonderful. And it's a great way to reach out to people. However, more and more people, or I should say more and more consultants, are finding less and less results because of the posts that they actually post on Facebook. You can only reword something a certain way so many times before customers don't start to respond to it because they know what you're after. They know what you're looking for. So ultimately, they're afraid to reach out. I strongly recommend that consultants start to do more one-on-one or offline connections with some of their friends on Facebook and some of their potential customers, whether it be through their VIP group or something of that nature. Instead of just broadcasting it out there, start doing more one-on-ones. You're more likely to get responses. Yes, no, maybes, okay? The second thing that I also see, going back to the mailing of the catalogs, there's a lot of investment there. Mailing out, 20, 30, 40, 50 catalogs, and then following up with all these people. I'm going to tell you how I do it. I don't mass mail my catalogs. Yes, I give them out at shows, and yes, I'll drop them off at businesses and things of that nature, but I don't mass mail catalogs. Here's what I do. that doesn't sound right, but I'm sorry guys, not enough coffee today. But basically, instead of mass mailing catalogs or asking who wants one and stuff like that, the first thing I do is obviously, you'll reach back to all your past hosts. So they're the first ones that you would private message and ask if they'd like a catalog. Second of all is I created, and I know people are not big on binder system, but it works for me, and it may work for you. Basically, I have two binders here. I know that may be backwards to you. Okay. It's basically 2 binders, and it says outside orders. And inside it, I have 12 double pockets, so that I have January through June, and then July through December in the binders. And every time I get an outside order, whether it be from my website or whether it be an order that is placed online for a show, I print that out. For instance, this is my binder for September that I'm actually working on. So I have September orders here, and then October orders here. And basically what I will do is, these people obviously love Pampered Chef. They bought products. They've placed online orders, whether it be through your website or through a show. So these are the people that you want to reach out to first. Now, people say, yes, you can pull a report, and yes, you can do that and do your customer care calls, and I totally agree with that. But here's the great thing for me. Again, I'm all about, creating a clear desk for the night from the night before and starting fresh the next day. So this pile, this little pocket with my outside orders from the previous month will actually sit on my desk, and I will actually go through them one by one, and I call them or text them if I have their cell phone number, or maybe even go on Facebook and reach out to them and private message them. And, that's when the customer care call starts. It would start something like, hi, Susie, just touching base. I want to know, how you're enjoying your pizza stone from, Susie's show. I hope you're enjoying it, and I'm loving making family recipes on it. If you would like any additional recipes, please let me know. You can even throw in things like, we have some great new pieces that would accompany your particular product. Perhaps, we could get together and maybe host a show for your friends. We have some new great, theme ideas, home for the holidays, things of that nature. But you start the conversation off by talking about their past order. Yes, you can pull a report on that and you can see it. But the bottom line is, I can take this packet and I can go anywhere I want. I'm old school. I'm sorry. I mostly do my connection by phone or by texting, meaning I don't put a lot of I need this, or I want this, or who's up for this incentive. I don't really do a lot of that stuff on Facebook. I may post it, but I don't really do a lot of inundating on it. And I think that's where we're missing the connection. I think we need to bring this back to a one-on-one. We need to bring it back to that thread of communication where we're talking to one person at a time, and we're not broadcasting it across social media or in hopes of getting people to respond, and then getting frustrated when we don't see the responses. Okay? So again, this is just my system. I hope you find it helpful. I'm all about bringing the business back to a one-on-one. And I think teaching and showing other consultants out there that you need to bring it back to a one-on-one instead of just mass posting everything and hoping for the best results. I think we'll start to see a shift in people getting more orders, people getting more online, people getting more bookings, because I think we're bringing it back to the human connection again, one-on-one, not to the masses. Although it's a great way to market yourself, go back a few steps if you're finding it difficult to get bookings or sales. Okay, think about ways that you can bring it back to make this business more personable and more customed to your style, not just to the masses. So I hope you guys found that helpful. Keep up with the customer care. We're heading into October. This is it. This is the push season. A strong fall is going to get you a very successful winter. So have a successful October. Keep up the great work, and here's to a great fall season. Take care, guys.